Please leave a message after the beep.
Why do I remember that being so much quieter? Oh, did they like double the amount of confetti they put in this
They
thing?
did, or maybe we just forgot
how much there was in?
Oh my.
All right. Well, welcome back to After the Beep.
Guys, this
This
is our last episode.
It's been
a journey.
It's been one hell of a ride. It's been a while since we filmed.
Yeah,
for
we're a
us,
little rusty, honestly.
We're a
because
little
haven't
rusty.
filmed-
We haven't filmed in probably like 3 weeks, which
I don't know
how
that
that
happened
happened.
because none of our episodes are
like off
out.
or like
Yeah.
out of order or like we missed something. I think it's just because we normally film a week ahead,
Yeah.
and we didn't do that, so
No.
now it's like a little off, but not in a bad way.
Saying my hair.
No, what is on my pants? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We really don't have
anything planned for this
anything
episode.
planned for this episode.
But-
We were going to, but the thing is like, we've done so much planning for other
Yeah.
episodes that it's like, I
Let's
don't
just,
know.
Let's just
Let's
sit
yap.
down and see what happens.
Just sit down and just yap for a while. I think like that's what we do
Normally.
every day. So
Naturally.
it's like natural. Yes, exactly.
That's where our best talents come out, I think.
Yapping in the wild.
In the wild. Oh my gosh. Guess what today was for me?
What's today?
My last classes of college, undergraduate ever. Which, like, I say undergraduate as if I'm going to do my master's.
But you might.
I might, like, one day.
Yeah, that's
not
okay.
soon. But that was, like, really crazy. And, like, honestly emotional. Like, I didn't think that I was going to get emotional about it. But I was, like, my professor did, like, a little toast to all, like, the seniors. And it was really sweet. And then I, like, walked out of class and I was like, oh, my God. Like, I never have to sit
In a lecture.
class again. And even like I finished like my last studio project, like art studio project ever today, and I handed that and I'm like, I never have to do an art studio class again in my life. And like
Thank God.
I've talked about it a lot on the podcast of like I've never really loved school that much. Like I've never done well academically. Like I've always just like had a little bit of a hard time. So that relief was like insane today of like, oh my gosh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I still like cannot believe
I had the realization yesterday because I don't have, it's not that I don't have classes on Fridays. The way that sounds, it makes it sound like I skip every Friday. I don't. My professor just gives us a lot of work days because he assigns us a lot of papers. So like I end up like not really having a lot of classes on Fridays. So I didn't have any today, and I was like walking out of class yesterday. I was like, huh, that's my last class of the semester. I was like, wait a minute, like that's my last class of the
it
semester.
just like
It kind of like it gets, I don't know, like more normal every time.
But then your senior year, like it's always felt so normal for me, and now I'm like, this is so weird. Like
I
it's
think
just so crazy.
Something like I didn't realize in college, I guess, is like you deal a lot more with endings.
Yes.
Like the ending of a semester, the ending of a year, like moving, going back home, whatever. Like I think it's just like,
which I've never really had a hard time with the end of a semester before. Like usually I'm like ready for them to end, but this
that's
time
how
I'm,
I
like,
feel with this one. I think like I just like I'm so like done with I had like maybe 2 classes I loved, and one of them ended halfway through the semester. So
I didn't have a single
like
class
I didn't
that I
love
enjoyed
like
this
really
semester.
like any of. I had like okay, like this class is like I like it, like I don't mind going to it, and then I had like the ones I was dreading.
A lot of mine were just like throwaway classes that I just hadn't taken yet.
Right.
So like none of them were like, oh my gosh, like this is the one.
Right.
They're all just like, okay,
Yeah.
gotta get them done.
But it's nice that like, it's also weird to me, I think, especially the ending of the spring semester, because so many colleges end differently.
Yes. So many people
So,
have already graduated.
Yeah, like most of my friends are home, done.
Mhm.
Like it's just weird to like not, I don't know. There's like way more of like a finality,
Yeah.
like final feeling in winter, I feel like.
What?
For me. Cuz like I'm just like for me spring like
But
there's
for
no
me,
real
like, winter is
closure.
like, okay, it's about to go again. For me, spring is like, it's done, and you have a while until it starts
No,
again.
I think for me like there's not like I don't really get a lot of closure
Hmm.
from spring. So I feel like that's why like I don't know. It just feels different. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it's way more final in winter, but I only think that's because the year itself is ending. For me.
I'm like the complete opposite, but I think that's because school has always ended in summer. And
That's
I
fair.
think for me, I've been in school for so long
Right.
that like my like whole world is about to change.
Yeah.
Like it's
For
going
you,
to,
yeah.
like my whole world is gonna be like about to change, and like I've been so like my whole life I've been on this schedule of like academic schedule, and for the first time I'm not gonna be on that academic schedule, and I'm excited to see like how different things feel like seasons, and like if that makes sense, and like holidays of like because they're not tied to school. So I'm excited for that. It's just gonna be so strange.
I think for me it also feels way different this time around because A, I'm not going home. I'm not moving home. And B, I'm working here over the summer. So like I'm going to be on campus.
I also might not be going home either.
She also might not be going. But I think it's like for me like it especially feels different because I'm still going to be on campus like every day.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to. So I've applied. Oh, guys, this is my
talk about the job market real quick.
This is my post graduation rant. I've applied. I'm not exaggerating. 25 jobs I've applied to in the past week. Nothing. I've heard nothing. Not like, and like I did all of my resources that the school has given me. Like I've gone to the career and development office. I've got my resume checked. They didn't even have changes for me. They're like, oh, this is really good. Like you're good. I am a writing major. I literally know how to write cover letters. Like I even at this point, like I thought I was going crazy, so I would put my cover letter into Chat GBT and be like, "Is this a good cover letter?"
Right.
And ask AI if my cover letter is good, because I just feel like it just feels like I have to be doing something wrong.
Right.
And maybe I am, but I feel like I'm not. And what's so hard for me is because like these jobs that I'm applying to, like I know that I would do such a good job. Yeah. And like the exact skills like I had that skill set. I had the requirements. I would exceed the half of the requirements in the skills that they are asking for. And like I get so excited, and I'll get a job, like I'll apply to a job and play my whole life around this job, and then I never hear from anyone.
Yeah.
And it's just like really hard, and it's making me stressed out. Even like I'm not even talking like career jobs, but like jobs, part-time jobs, just to have a job before so I can have money and live. Yeah. I'm not even hearing back from like Walmart. I'm not even hearing back from like a dog sitting place.
I think the problem is like I really don't and I know that so many post-grad people are having this problem, especially right now, which I feel like the people who are graduating last year, like I didn't really see that problem from them. But
yeah, because a lot of the people that we knew close to,
they had jobs before they graduated. They walked and had like jobs.
Yes.
So I think it's like,
granted though, those are for different things than like what me and you would be looking for, but like still, it's so
still frustrating. But like it's also not. I don't think it's like major to major. Like everybody I'm talking to is like either like can't find a job or like B, they don't feel ready. And like that's a really interesting feeling to me too.
I feel so ready. I'm like so excited to have like a career, and I'm so ready to have a career, and I like can't wait to like I just want like an interview. Like I would like just give me an interview, someone, please. Like please. Like anything. I'm like a rejection. Anything, please.
Just say something. Like I would rather have a rejection than nothing.
Yes, and I
like
just have
every single time. I think honestly, I went to this like broadcasters like internship fair the other week. And they were like, bug the people you interview. like call them, text them, because chances are they're not actually seeing those like
The
resumes,
applications.
because they
But
go
the
through
thing
this
is,
like
where
AI
else-
thing.
Where else am I supposed? Because I'll call a place and they're like, oh, apply online. Like, for example,
Right.
and I know this isn't like a career job, but I called Walmart because I
Mhm.
applied to Walmart in Fredonia
Mhm.
because they're hiring at like $18 an hour.
Yeah, like it's
And I need
not
something.
livable, but it's like more.
It's
like,
doable
doable
for me right
yeah,
now.
it's doable right
It's
now.
more than what I need right now. And I was like, hey, like I put in an application, I haven't heard anything,
Mhm.
and they're like, oh, apply online. And I'm like, I
Mhm.
did, and they're like, oh, well then just wait for us to get back to you. It's like, that's why I'm
I applied
calling.
when I applied online to like Tops. It literally took them like 2 months to get back to me. It was
It's
so,
just so
frustrating.
frustrating.
And I think that's when I stopped like doing. I don't want to say corporate because I still technically it was still corporate, but like big online applies. Like I
Mhm.
really like the only like when
But
I applied
that's,
to
like,
Ace, like that was like a
that's-
paper application.
Yeah, but that's like the market that I'm trying to
Right,
work in,
and like that's the
all
problem.
that
That's what it is.
There's not half of the time like there's not even anybody to call. It's like
Yeah.
I don't even know
Where to
who
start?
to call.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's just
It's
it's
so
making me scared.
frustrating. But you're not the only one who's having that problem too.
I know.
Like
And
I
I get, like,
definitely know that.
That's what I have to keep reminding myself.
Especially in like our immediate circle, because I've said this once, I'll say it again. All my friends are graduating, so that's super fun for me. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Sorry, Anna.
It's okay, guys.
But all I have to say is that if you are hiring a writer, I have technical writing skills. I have insane creative writing skills. I also have been an executive producer and I can do a lot of communication, video production things. So if you're hiring,
That is true.
please, our socials are in. Please email me or call me. I'll literally will dox myself and give you my phone number right now. Like, please, someone just
She's
hire
like,
me.
please,
I
somebody
am
hire
so
me.
skilled, and I like for the first time in my life, like I am confident in myself, and I
Yeah.
like believe in myself, which I've never felt before ever. And now it's like we don't want you. Well, not even that.
Yeah, it's like they don't even.
It's
yeah.
just ghosting.
I think for me, like, I think I've explained this before, but when I like talk about like jobs or like internships or even like doing the career I want to do, which also still don't know exactly what that is, but I have a general idea.
Mhm.
I think I just kind of throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of like I'm like, all right, all of this will go. I'll make it work
applying
later.
to jobs that I literally have no qualification to do.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, it's something.
It's something.
If
I
they
think
fire
it's
me, they
just-
fire me, but I'll have some money maybe.
Right. It's like, and I also look at it like everything, even if I didn't get my internship, even if I didn't get my job, it's still interview experience. It's still
Yes.
something. It's still somebody who interviewed me who knows my name now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like,
That's a really good way to look at it.
yeah, I've been trying to look at it that way. Not that I'm like, like I don't know how it
You
all
don't need to
happened.
stress. Yeah, I think that
I don't
like,
need to stress yet, but I also
think-
like somehow ended up super lucky and like now I have like an internship and a job and I don't know what
Yeah.
to do. Like now I'm
But
like
I
two
think it's
books
good
and I don't
because
know.
I think it's because all of your friends are graduating that you felt that pressure to like get
Yeah.
ahead, and now you are, and that's like really good.
Yeah. And I think it's just like for me, there are so many people I know and so many like things I've experienced with people where like they will feel like they have to do this major or have to do this thing because there's no other option, and the fact that I get to do the thing that I love and I get to do like I get to pick that major, I get to like go through that, like I can't throw it away. Like failure isn't
Yeah.
an option,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
very true.
for me. Like I don't know how else to put that. I think it's because I started in a major like I knew I'd be miserable in. Like I didn't want to do it at all. And
Yeah.
then I was like,
I was
now
the
I get to
same
do this
way.
thing.
Yeah,
and like
I was
look
the
at me
same
go.
way. Yeah, even like
Like, look
being
at
able
me.
to like change my major, it's like, oh, my dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
It's like dreams I didn't even know that I had.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like I can't. I don't know. Like I've been thinking. This is something you said like a while ago. Like probably like episode 2. I think you were like you have an anxious attachment style to life. That has been rattling around
You
in my
do,
brain.
and I have an avoidant attachment
For so long, and not even like a bad way, just in like a way of like I've never thought about that like that because I it sounds so awful. But like if I'm not working or like I'm not actively like working on something, I don't know what to do with myself. Like I don't know what I like to do.
It's called depression.
Like
That's what it's called.
Like not even that. Like I like okay, like I like to read, like I like to do whatever, blah blah blah. But like if it's not like actively helping my career, I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, like the idea of having to like get a part-time job, not even part-time, like a full-time like little like side job.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I know I understand what you're
like working at Walmart. Like
Yes.
that feels so counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But it's like you gotta start somewhere.
Gotta pay your
As
dues,
in
as
like
they say.
you need money, girl.
Girl,
like you need
not
groceries.
having my like income is going to change like drastically over the next few weeks because I'm gonna go from being paid every week to bi-weekly.
Oh.
I'm really scared. It's not even like I'm like bad with money. I think I'm just so used to being paid like that same amount every week. Whereas like this is gonna be different.
I'm excited to get paid.
It's
like
also gonna be really weird to
I
not
worked in the
work
summer
where I work anymore.
But like I'm lucky enough where like the work that I did in the summer meant I didn't have to work during the school year, and like I'm well off when it's school time, but I always had that like panicky voice of like, what if it's not enough money? What if you're, and I like don't. Oh my gosh, this is probably really bad, but like I don't check my bank account. I checked it for the first time a week ago since January.
I check it anxiously.
I can't. It freaks me out.
I also have like weird money guilt too.
Oh yeah, that's why I can't check it. Even if it's like, hey, you needed to buy toilet paper, I'm like, don't look at the charge.
No, literally, I won't. I have like spray deodorant right now because I refuse to pay like the $6 for like the tube of deodorant, and I'm like, girl, it's like just would you just buy yourself some freaking deodorant?
It's either that. Well, like it's like I'm like that with everything. But then it's like, hey, you want to buy like a $50 sweatshirt from the Fruitonia bookstore?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Want to go like probably spend $100 on getting your nails done tomorrow? Yeah, I do. But it's like, I deserve that.
You do.
Because so I don't want to hear any in the comments.
Because you took book arts for me.
I don't know if we've ever explained
that, please.
Okay. So my minor.
Hold on. First off, we have to flash back to like November, December. In the library, it was literally finals week.
Yes. Oh my
gosh, was like
that's crazy.
10 p.m.
After the beep wasn't even a thing.
It wasn't even a thought in our minds, and I'm begging this girl. Like, please take an ice skating class with me.
I was like, dude, first of all, I didn't. Dad, if you're listening to this, don't turn this off. I didn't need to take that at all. It was 1 credit. I paid. How much money is a credit in this school? Like $3,000?
No, like $1,100.
Well, I paid that much to take ice skating with you for a credit I didn't need. I had my phys ed requirements.
You don't even need them. They're not even required.
I did in community college.
Okay, well, they're not required
so then
here.
Why did you take it?
Because I wanted to skate around in circles for an hour and a half, Tralee.
Well, listen. I have a visual arts minor, and you need a certain amount of studio classes.
You had to take something anyway.
Okay, Anna. But listen, I could either take book arts, which initially sounds really exciting, or I could take paper arts.
Well, explain what book arts is, because
okay, well,
most people don't know what that means.
At the time, I had no idea what the hell I was getting myself into. Like,
I had no idea either. I've never taken an arts class here.
Well, first of all, like going to any studio class, you know that is going to be hell on earth. Like, you know that you're about to devote so much time and effort to this class, and it makes you want, like, my first year I transferred here, I didn't know that they don't recommend taking more than 1. I was taking 3 at one time, and I can't even explain the mental state that I was in my first year here. But first of all, so there's a basis of, like, you know that it's going to be bad. The bad level's up here. Then it determines, like, the subject of, like, what is the medium. So, like, depending on the medium, it can go up more. So, like, paper arts would probably be here. Book arts was here. Like, it was literally here and we didn't know. And, like, book arts...
If I had known, like, how bad that was going to be for you, I would have been like, just don't. But, like, we both thought it was going to be, like, this silly little...
Because I was seeing, like, TikToks of, like people binding
and
leatherbacks and being, like, super cool and creative
super
with
cute,
it. And,
like, the easy little...
Yes, and that's what... Well, I don't think what they were doing on TikTok was easy, but, like, it seemed so like,
doable.
I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it. And then I took this class, and first of all, we're not allowed to use any glue.
I remember the first week you told me that, and I looked at you.
So
I was like, huh?
The first week, we start with 3 sheets of paper. I have to sew those together with thread to make a book. And then it's just that, and each week it gets harder and harder and harder. I'm going to insert a clip right now of my project.
Your final project was gorgeous.
Did it turn out cool?
I loved it.
Okay.
I thought it was really
never
cool.
showed you my stained glass one either.
No, you didn't.
That one turned out cool too.
The
I'm
amount
gonna
of times
insert
that you
my
would text
projects.
me at like 2 a.m. working on this project, I need to go to Walmart and get craft supplies.
But the thing is, those craft supplies, like, I...
Didn't you buy a soldering iron?
I never did, because I literally took a needle, heated it up
And
on my
burned
stovetop, and melted plastic, because my professor was like, don't do that. Like, that's extremely toxic. Like, don't do that. I did it.
I would have done it.
And I also hand drilled wood, but do I have a drill? No. I do give props to this class for making me think out of the box, and I know how to get things done when I need to.
That is true.
So
that
I
is
had
something
a
about
piece
you.
of wood, and I took like a Phillips head
Mhm.
and would indent it.
Oh, and just like
Then
slowly.
I would take a flat head. I would indent it. Then I would take a Phillips head and kind of like screw it in.
Yeah.
Then I would take my needle and put it into the little hole and a hammer.
And
And this was at 3 a.m. I'm so sorry to my upstairs neighbors. And just bang the needle
So
through the
sorry.
wood. And I had to do that 14 times through this piece of wood. But it turned out really cool.
Yeah, I mean your projects look great.
If
I will
don't-
say that.
If I don't get an A, I will be devastated.
That's fair.
But they were really cool projects, but like it was just something that I didn't really care. Like, I learned how to care about the projects as they came to me,
Yeah.
and like the objective of each project, but like in the grand scheme of things, like I don't really care about the medium. If that makes sense. Like, I was taking a film class, and like I cared so much about the medium. So that class was like at least like more thrilling to me. But now I know how to make books. There's like I literally know ancient techniques of like binding books that like the first books were bound by. I know those.
That's
so if you
crazy.
want a hand bound book by Tralee Rose
Call
Cotter,
this one.
hire me. So I was thinking of making one for people in my life. Because like I got pretty good at it.
You did.
There's certain bindings that I do enjoy
Doing.
but I could have, so I ended up taking that class, which, for Anna, so I could take ice skating with her. I could have taken another class called Paper Arts, where you just make paper, which is so fun, and it's really cool. And I could have taken that class because it's the same professor, and he was like, oh yeah, like, paper arts is really easy and super chill. I'm like, shut your mouth. Like, please shut your mouth.
That being said, though, without our ice skating class, we wouldn't have had as much content as we did.
That is true.
And it was really fun.
Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't.
Not for you.
No,
It was for me.
What time was it? Like 9?
It was 9:30.
Still. It was just like a waste of time for me. Like, I could have been asleep. I could have.
I got up. I was like, walked into the cold. I was like, I'm ready.
No. No, I wasn't.
That being said, like, we didn't really do anything. We like literally
just ice
went in
skated.
circles.
Yeah.
There were like little games we could play.
Mm-hmm.
We did once, didn't we? We did like a little race.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
I think we won, did we?
We did.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you were good. I was
Anna
sitting
had to
on
like
the
sit
chair.
on a chair,
and she
and
had
I
to, like,
pushed the chair,
yeah.
like I skated the
Yeah.
chair. We were a good
The
team.
one like fell off the chair.
I don't even know how that happened.
The chair like fell. I don't even know. There was also a volleyball being tossed around at one point.
There's
Do you
like a
remember that?
soccer
I used
ball.
to kick it.
I think
I used to kick it down the
I
rink.
don't know. It was just.
That's an interesting class. It
Never.
was fun though. I would take it again though. Like I would 100% take that class again. If it was like an hour, I think an hour and a half is too long.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
I think if it was an hour, like, I'd be set. Or if we just had, like, open ice time, like, during the day. Because it's only on the weekends. But if there was, like, an hour in the morning where the ice was open, I would go every morning and just, like, skate around a little.
It's closed during the summer?
I think so, because they take the ice off.
We could play tennis this summer.
We should.
Summer
plans, guys.
Or pickleball.
No, pickleball.
Oh.
Tennis only.
Taylor Swift plays pickleball.
Yeah. I don't like pickleball. I like pickleball, but, like, just play tennis.
I'm not very, like, coordinated in any aspect, so.
That's okay.
Either of those does make a difference.
We should play tennis, though. I'm sure my friends would want to play.
Yeah.
We could play, like, near the beach. There's courts near the beach, near my friend's house.
We could do that. I was, oh, well, shout out. I have shout outs this episode.
Oh, okay.
I think I have 2. Or do I have 3?
I don't know.
I have 2. One, my cousin Elena just graduated with her master's. She graduated yesterday. 2, my friend Tori, she just finished her first year of law school. And 3, my cousin Sydney, she just finished something. She's, like, in a doctorate program. Like,
Whoa.
she's trying to be, like, a doctor lady something. And I know that's, like, a lot of years, but there's something. She graduated something, but I'm proud of her. But I was talking to Elena, and I was telling her how, like, there's so many things that I would do differently, and not because of the way, like, where I turned out to be, because I'm very proud of where I turned out to be, but, like, just, like, little things that would have made my life so much easier. Like, for one, the studio classes. I would have, like, really put more thought into, like, which classes I was taking. And also, like, transferring in, like, everything seemed so serious, and, like, it had to be so, like, on the nose where, like, it doesn't really have to, and I could have just done anything I wanted. I also would have, like, I think it's because I was so involved in the station and the arts department that I didn't get involved enough in my own major, like, the English department. And, like, I would always be like, I'm going to go to, like, because they always would have, like, forums and stuff, and, like, I never went to them. So if I could go back in time, I would do that. And I would take more technical writing classes. Like, I have a few under my belt, but looking at, like, the job market, like, technical writing is really big right now. So, like, I would like to have more, like, experience under my belt. But, like, I don't have any regrets. Like, I'm glad where I am. I just wish I did a few things different.
Yeah. I will say, I think there's just, like, a lot of pressure, like, when you're, I mean, I feel like it builds with every year. Like, it has been. But I think there's, like, at least for me, like, when I got to Fredonia, I put so much pressure on myself to, like, okay, you have to, like, do this. And you have to, like, prove to everybody around you that you are capable of doing this. So I think it's, like, and now that, like, I can do it and, like, I am doing it, I'm like, oh, it's actually, like, it's not as bad as I, even like, it's really not joined my that hard.
Like, the sorority I was in, I thought that was, like, end all be all, like, these are my people, and I was like, I was so upset to, like, back out of that, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I did, and I, like, didn't force myself to, like, stay somewhere where I wasn't, like, the happiest.
Yeah. I think, I don't even know where I was going with that sentence. I think I'm, like, way too deep into it now because I literally only need one class and then I'm done with the minor. But I think I would have put more thought into what I was minoring in because I always knew I was going to double minor. But now that I'm double majoring, I think I wish I would have just not done a minor and just double majored.
Even, like, when I was
But I didn't know what I wanted. So, like, it's, like, hard to say that because it's, like, I am a completely different person than I was a year ago. Like, if I could have a conversation with me, like, me a year ago, oh my, she'd be so confused. She'd be like, what happened to the original plot? What happened?
Even for me, like, I knew what I wanted, but I was too scared to want it, you know? And, like, when I transferred to Fredonia, I was a photography major, and I was getting a bachelor's in fine arts. And when I switched for it to be my minor and to go into writing, my major switched, my degree would switch from a bachelor's of fine arts or a bachelor of arts. And that, like, I was stuck on that for so long, and I was so upset that I was going from fine arts to arts. Like, in the grand scheme of things, that
does not make much of a
no,
difference.
it does not. And I would like, I was so like bothered by that, and it's like, I think I just throughout my life, especially in this like new chapter, is like, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is permanent, because I'm very much like, everything is permanent. But, like, nothing is permanent, and like things aren't that serious, and like they will be okay.
Yeah.
You know.
I think like now that I'm like, because I would. How do I put this in a way that like makes sense? I think now that I'm adding a second major, and technically I haven't started it yet, but in my head I already have, because I feel like broadcasting has given me a lot of experience already. I feel like I have to like prove it or to learn everything so much quicker, because I'm like I
like
didn't like I don't know, like I'm double majoring in sports management. I don't know, like I didn't, if you like literally if you asked me less than like 8 months ago, 9 months ago, anything about any sport, I'd be like, girl, what?
That happened very like I
so
watched
fast.
you change into that.
Yeah, like
that
so
was a
quick.
very
And like
quick
now that I
change.
think about it, I'm like, and I still have days where I'm like, am I sure? Like, what is happening? But then I think about it, I'm like, no, like that is what I want.
Yeah.
And it's like weird to like, I'm like constantly scared, because I'm like, I'm like, am I ready? Like, am I qualified enough for this? Like, I don't, like, I guess I feel like I don't have the longevity that everybody else does. I feel like people go into that because they're so passionate about something, whereas, like, for me, like, it all happened really quickly.
But you don't have to prove yourself to anyone.
No, I know.
Like, you literally
I know,
don't.
but I think it's just, like, in my head, and I could talk about this for days, but I think it's because of, like, fan culture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly
There's,
what you
like,
mean, yeah.
There's a stigma around like if you've been a fan of something. It doesn't have to be like a sports team. It can be anything, literally anything. And as your residential fangirl, like I'll explain it to you. Like there's just so much you like. I don't know. It's like if you're not a fan of this person for this long, they don't deserve to. Like you know what I mean? There's like a lot of that, and I say this all the time, but I feel like I was put on this earth to like be a fangirl. And, like, that's my purpose. That's my purpose in life, is, like, to, like, be a fan of something and, like, contribute to, like, that, like, fan atmosphere. Whether or not it's, like, sports or, like, a singer or, like, whatever. Like, I just think, like, that's what I'm, like, made to do.
What am I put on? I feel like I have an answer of, like, that question of, like, what do you think you were put on earth for? But I think...
I don't, like, I don't, like, and this is something, like, I've recently sort of, like, figured out. I was like, this is, like, what is my favorite thing? My favorite thing to do is, like, go into depth about, like, fan stuff. Like, that's always, I was like, wait a minute. Like, that's always been my favorite thing to do. Like, I love that.
I think I really love the term, and I, like, kind of came up with it during a really, like, hard phase of my life where, like, I have always told myself, like, my job is to make magic. Whether, like, I don't know, like whatever it
like how you define
whatever
that.
like if that's through writing, if that's through like film, if that's through like anything, like I think that like just that like magical feeling that you have when you create something is what I made for.
I think it's like really hard when you like have brains like ours. I'm gonna use this because we think the same. It's really hard to like, cause like you think like this big. But then there's so many
you're thinking this big.
At the same time you're thinking this big, and there's so many different paths you can take that you kind of have to like, even though you want to take everything, you have to like pick a few.
Yeah.
And it's like
I even like I remember in high school like being asked like, "Oh, well what do you want to do?" It's like I want to do everything.
I want to do it all.
Like I want it all. And
I want to do it all.
I think some of that now comes from I especially have been noticing like growing up watching YouTubers. Well, I didn't like I was in high school when I started watching YouTube, but like
I know what you mean though.
Watching YouTubers like throughout high school and college, like when you're a content creator, you get to do everything. Like
you do whatever you want.
Like even
she's like, "Oh,
I just want like I don't know, like the idea of like having an audience and like someone to like, well,
Yes.
validation. Bring it back to the first episode. Validation. Like validation, but like someone to like share the things that you find joy in and like create joy for other
Yes.
people through creating joy for yourself.
Yes.
That's what
Like if I could just run fan pages for a living, like if I could be like Taylor Nation,
make me one.
that's
Just
what
pretend
I
I'm
want.
a brand. Start my author
I like
Instagram
I
page,
thought
please,
of this
thank
the other
you.
night when I couldn't sleep. But I was like, why am I'm so set on like doing the best that I can in like whatever field I end up in. And I think it came to the realization to me that I don't know how to put this without it sounding crazy, but like I want to be the Taylor Swift of my field.
Yeah. But
do you know what I mean?
take a step back for a second.
Oh, that's also
Wait,
not
no,
gonna happen.
but listen.
Okay, I'll listen.
I think everyone feels that way.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't
think that's just
know
me.
somebody who isn't like, I don't want to be the best in my field.
No, right.
You know, like I think that our brains work where like we think that like we're so special and we're the only person who like thinks this,
Yeah.
and it's so hard
It's
for
like
us.
not.
But I think everyone feels that way.
Right.
It's just like who talks about it and who doesn't.
Yes.
You know?
That's what I. Yeah.
And I think people also feel things. 'Cause I know like I'm a very sensitive person. Like I feel
You
like
feel
so much. Whereas like my sister, she feels, but she doesn't show that she feels. But like it's not the
It's, like,
same.
different.
Like we feel things differently.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know.
I think it's like it's also like I had it and then I lost it.
I
Married.
know. I called us out for being self-centered, and now we
Okay,
lost
you're
our
allowed to be
mojo.
It's my show. I'm gonna be self-centered. It's my show. I think it's just like for me, it's like not only do I want to be. I talk about this all the time. I think I've probably said it before. Not only do I want to be like the best at everything, but like I want to be remembered. Like I don't want to just be the best. Like I want to leave a lasting legacy on whatever I do. And for me, that's like a really hard thing. I also think it's like weird because I don't know if this is good or bad, but I feel like I've started or always have maybe looked at like live to work, not work to live.
Yeah.
And I think that's like
And
that's
I think
my own
I'm the
problem.
same way because like my dad owns his own business, so I've always watched him do that and like be the provider for our family. But like his job was our life.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was. So like he always has had this sign in his office that says, "Shoot, what does it say? Don't be too busy making a living that you forget to make a life." And he's had it in every office that he's ever like had.
That's a
He
nice
has
little
it in
sign.
our house, and it's like something that like at a very young age I was always like, what does that mean? And
Yeah,
now like
you
I
get
know
it.
what it means.
I had this is a perfect example of this. I had an interviewer ask me the other week. So like besides like I know you work, like I know you do what you need to do. What do you do? And I was like
Oh,
I was on the phone with her and I was like I don't know. Like I don't know what I do. And I think that's just cuz like I love what I technically I guess like the station sure it's a club, but for me like it's work.
Yeah, I'm the
Because like
same
this
way.
like it's for my career.
It's for your goals.
It's for my
yeah.
goals. Like it's my work.
Yeah.
But also like it's my fun. It's both. So
Yeah,
like I
it
literally
is.
was like I was like oh I read.
I think
guess
if we were
like
to have it outside of WNOF and outside of school, it would be like, oh, I do this for fun.
yeah
You know?
no
But
yeah
because it's
completely.
so like tied to school.
School,
and what
it's
we do,
very
it's
much
work.
work.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just like been rattling around in my brain for the past few days. I just thought I'd share.
Thank you so much for
Just
sharing.
thought I wanted to share because I was like, I've really been thinking about it, and it's really just been like kept up there.
Yeah.
I was like, really just.
So what's next for us?
God. Well.
I'm the interviewer now.
Oh God.
We don't know what's next. Like
no,
as of-
I know what's next, but like
at the
not
same
in
time,
like
you don't.
I like I know
like where I want to get. I just don't know how I'm
gonna
getting
get
there.
there.
Yeah. But as far as after the beep goes, this might be our goodbye.
Yeah, that's so sad. But that being said, like, it's been so fun. It's been such a huge learning experience for me. I know you've had a show before, but
and
for
I
me,
loved watching you learn.
this
Like,
is
it's been
like
really
so
cool.
fun. I also like. It's just been fun. Like, what do you do for fun? This.
It is.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't had like a super creative, because I've not gonna lie, I've been in a little bit of a writing low because of it's so academic right now, where I haven't really written for myself in a really long time, and like my studio art classes were for that, like it wasn't for me. So this has like been the thing that's been for me for the first time in a really long time, and it's been really nice to have
this is my thing.
something that's mine, you know, for me
agreed.
to enjoy. Even like editing is so tedious, but it's like, oh, I love it. Like I get
It's so
excited.
tedious, but like then you'll get to like a good part and you're like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
It's like fun. There's like fun editing and then there's like work editing.
Yeah. But I also think because like after the beep is so centralized around our friendship, that like I don't think our social medias are gonna stop posting. Like I kind of see our social medias turning into like more
just a group account.
Yeah. Instead of like a centralized like we're posting like this is the episode, it's more like this is what we're up to. Like, this is what our doing.
Yeah. So,
oh, and also, oh my gosh.
What?
So we talked about this in the very first episode of how after the beep was centralized around our our incredible friends Elizabeth and Jules. They were studying abroad. We had a little bit of a reunion recently. We can throw the video in. We have a video and we have pictures.
Yes.
Sadly, they couldn't make it for the podcast episode, but
it just didn't work
something
out
on social media.
But yeah, we could definitely have them say hi or something. Yeah. It was so good to see them. I think I mentioned. I think I said this to you. Maybe it was my mom. I don't remember who I told this to. No, I just don't remember who I told it to because I feel like I've been like yapping about it. But I was like, I hugged them and I was like, everything is right. I was like, I am safe again. I was like, I am safe again. Everything is right in the world. They're back.
It's like the stars were aligning again for me.
And that moment, I was just like.
Yeah.
Like, I felt really zen.
It was so amazing seeing them. It made me so happy.
One day when you were playing those, like, circadian rhythm.
There was this one time we went out for our friend's birthday party, and I may or may not have drank not a little bit too much. I just normally don't really drink alcohol, and I did that night, and my hangover. And I've never really had a hangover before. I've never had a hangover like that in my life. I was on the floor. I had an ice pack on, and I was playing circadian rhythm realignment music, which, by the way, is just like humming vibration noises.
It's like it's like those like
yeah, it's just that on an hour loop.
That's what played in my head when I hugged them.
Yeah.
I was like, my rhythms are back.
Oh my gosh. But I think while we're on the topic, we should thank some people.
Yeah. Who do you want to thank?
You.
You.
Me. Us. So Jules and Elizabeth, obviously,
First of all, because they were the inspiration for this podcast.
They were our first fans.
They were.
We love them. Alyssa.
Yes.
She has helped us so much behind the scenes with this podcast.
Maybe you'll see more of her.
Yes. A while ago, we filmed like a one-off little thing
that was gonna be like posted over spring break.
/ it was supposed to be like an emergency thing, just
like,
in case we couldn't film. So we had that to post, which is you'll see her in that video. But Alyssa has always been like the first line of support. Like if things weren't working, if things weren't going our way, she'd be like, "It's gonna be okay, guys."
Literally, there was so many times when like I think it was like very early planning stages where we would be like, "What are we gonna do?" And she's like, "Guys, like you've got time. It's fine. It's fine." She is. Or she's also very much the tiebreaker. If there's something we're
and the comedy relief. She's just everything to us.
She just handles it all.
We love her so much.
I'd also like to thank Chris because he has been over there. He's not.
Hello?
Hello? Sound like Justin.
Hello? Christian Anthony.
Can you hear us? All right. Well,
He just doesn't care.
he
that we're
doesn't
thinking
care.
him.
You know what? Never mind.
He's been the guy who's been sitting on the floor listening to us
yeah.
with little headphones every single episode. And we have had to refilm episodes multiple times. So
we also have had a few interchange. It hasn't always been Chris, but it's consistently Chris.
Yeah.
There's been a couple Anthony's. There's been a couple Brents.
Yeah. But he's always been our guy.
He's always
shout
been
out
there.
Brent and Anthony.
Yes.
They've also been our backup guys.
Those are our backup guys when Chris can't do it.
Also, Brock.
Yes.
Brock always shows up
to help set up our
This
set.
doesn't get set up by
Now,
itself.
Listen, y'all. It might look great, but let me tell you, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curtains set up. And those of you who came here and saw this set, you know how long this took.
We gotta put the bookshelf in. We gotta put everything
on the
We're
bookshelf.
sitting on like this huge platform that's like at least 100 pounds.
Oh, it's so heavy.
That rolls.
It feels
There's another
ginormous.
mini platform. Then
Then
there's
there's
the
the desk,
the
then there's the
desktop,
desktop,
the mics,
and
the cameras, the
cameras,
tripods, everything.
We got new tripods.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Listen, I ordered. Jenna was like, "We gotta use the last of our money."
Yeah.
And I said, "Say no further." All right, so I ordered a bunch of new stuff for remote broadcasting because if I'm not gonna be the director anymore and it's Elizabeth, then I'm leaving my girl with good stuff.
Yeah.
So I ordered her some new things.
It's
You're
so
welcome.
exciting.
But there's also like the tablecloths, the mics, the cameras, and also sometimes the camera batteries aren't charged when we come in.
And sometimes we can't just be a 2-girl team. And Brock always is there. He's always there
He's
to help.
always lifting stuff. He's always every time I'm up on that ladder, he's got gaff tape at the
ready to go.
He's got it at the go.
Brock's always like, with that.
And I'm like,
that's
yeah,
Brock.
yeah, I do.
We're very grateful
It's
for
very
that guy.
grateful. Also lighting. That's a whole other part of setting up.
I don't want to even talk about that.
I don't even want to talk about how long it took us to do the intro either. The intro you see
Yeah.
every 2 weeks.
God.
Guys.
We also, this is our last thing. We're thanking you.
You.
We, like, first of all, our first episode got so, like, it blew up, and it was so exciting to see, and it made us so excited
It made me want to keep going.
Yes. And just, like, getting feedback from our friends every week, like, you know who you are, like, our feedback, seeing our videos being played in people's houses
Can
and
you
with their
talk
parents.
about what happened
Oh
the
my
other
gosh.
weekend?
We won't name the weekend that this happened on for legal purposes.
Purposes.
But I'll say it from my perspective, so
Yeah,
if you get it.
Because I think, it means more.
There was this girl who like went up to Anna, and I know Anna was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go say hi to one of my friends," but then she started waving to me, and I was like, "Does this girl know me?" Like, I don't know this girl, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like I love you," and I was like, what is happening to me right now? Like, I know that I'm not, like, I'm pretty sober. And she's like, I watch you, like, every episode. And I was like, this is, like, I felt like, because it hadn't clicked to me that she was a friend of yours yet. So I was like, this is a fan, like, this is a real life experience happening to me right now. And she was like, you're so funny, and, like, you guys are so cute, and I just listened to you. And then I, like, was like, what?
It's you especially. Shout out to Bethany and Leisha, her mom. She sends me a video and she goes, Mom is watching after the beef in the kitchen.
It was so cute. Even, like, one of Christian's friends, Matt, he's like, oh, yeah, like, my parents watch you. I just walk in and you're on the TV. I'm like, what?
It's so fun. And, like, I think that for us, like, it's like, yeah, it's something simple for, like, you guys to just be like, oh, yeah, like, we're watching. But, like, for us, it's like, you don't know how much time
no idea.
and how much energy is put into
I feel like each episode is 20 hours of work. Like, I'm not even, like, all together, editing,
that
setting,
doesn't
like,
even count, like,
planning.
like the promo for the episodes, the posts, the probably like 80% of our texts are just after the beep.
But your support means so much to us, and thank you so much for being a part.
Also, those of you who bought merch, you know who you are.
I still haven't even bought merch yet. Like, what?
I can't believe you did that, and you're like actually the best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like mind blowing. It's so crazy. Oh my gosh, we need to count our tickets.
Oh,
guys, it's time to go through the jar.
Oh no. Oh, God.
Wait, this is gonna be my my thumbnail picture. Are you ready?
That's really cute.
Thank you. You should do it to your camera.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. he going?
Should we wait for you to get back?
That was so lame.
We gotta like clear these off so that we can like see.
Alright. Now. Oh, wait, are we waiting?
We probably should.
Yeah. Alright. So.
It's time to count up.
Wait, actually.
Oh, thank you. You guys all know what this guy's about. The delusional jar. Because it's our last episode, we are going to count up our tickets and see what the situation is.
Would like to say.
Are you taking 2 tickets? Should we add from the last couple of weeks and then take out, or should we just count them now? I haven't been keeping track of my delusions.
I haven't either, and I feel like I've honestly been really good.
Okay, so let's just say what it is.
I will say, though, you weren't here, and it's not on footage, but I remember. She said to me, "No, you can take out 2 tickets
I
for that."
think it is on video.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Well, the footage of it is somewhere. And she did say, "No, you can take out 2 tickets next time." Because I might have not been as delusional as I thought I was.
I know.
And
that makes me so worried. I think you should just dump the jar.
And for that, I'm just going to... Oh, there's also a couple SD cards in here. They're Tralee's. Those of you who are from the station, they're not the station's.
They're not. They're mine.
They say Tralee's name on them, and they have nail polish on them, and it's pink.
So back off.
Back off.
Get out of my face.
But this is where we put the SD cards after we film, so that we don't use them.
Let's sort these first. Oh my god, there's Justin's.
Are the pink ones mine?
Yeah, the red ones are mine.
I forgot Justin signed these.
I know. Okay, so what is the... Whoever has more, is it...
Just boba?
We could do boba.
Yeah,
we could do a cute boba date.
It's like a sweet little...
Oh, I have one of yours.
Oh my god. Oh.
I'm getting worried about the feel of this pile.
There's Justin's. You're getting worried about the feel of your pile? Girl.
I am. If I just, like, accidentally drop some on the floor.
Don't you dare. Timmy. Wait, I don't know if that's all yours, actually. Go through it again, because I'm not sure. Okay. They blend in. Also, I thought this jar was, like, more full. Like, doesn't it
I don't know,
less?
but this is freaking me out.
It's freaking me out, too.
Hold yours up. Hold your pile in your hand and...
I can't. Hold on. It's too big.
We're just on.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's count.
Sorry, guys. My allergies have been killing me. And I've been
5, 6,
moaning and groaning about how much I hate spring.
Oh!
I knew that was going to happen.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Should we count them again just in case?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the ASMR of us counting into the microphones. I found my first ever ticket because it has my initial on it before we discovered we had different colors. I got the same number.
Me too.
Okay, I think on the count of 3,
3.
we should say them.
I'm
Look me in my eyes.
Oh, God.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
36.
How the that possible?
Because you
I had a really bad week.
You had a horrendous couple of weeks.
I have 20 more than you.
Well, technically, if it's -2, mine's 34.
Oh my god. I have nothing to say. I have no statement to make.
I will say that as somebody who was convinced it was going to be her the whole time.
I thought it was going to be you too.
I think that 1 week really pushed you over the edge.
Really
The fact that you won't even speak about what they were.
And I still won't.
She still won't. I always will confess up to my delusions. That is something about me. You want to know about them, I'll tell you. Not on camera.
First of all, still, we're never going to stop telling you to follow our socials.
No matter... Always follow them. Follow, like,
yeah, because if we're not
subscribe.
using, like, YouTube as our own outlet, then we probably will be using social media.
Instagram or TikTok or one of the above.
Yeah.
WNY... Nope.
After the beep, .WNYF.
You knew. I didn't.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Also, if you want to find out if I get a job or not, follow me on Instagram. I'll probably post it.
Like, if you... Also, if you're hiring...
Oh, if you're hiring, please hire me, please.
Please hire
I'm begging
Tralee.
you. But yeah, we won't see you next Tuesday. Or the Tuesday after that, honestly.
That's a really sad thought.
It's okay.
So what do we say?
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Should we all get out?
We can all get out. You want a hug?
Yeah, I do. Let's hug. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us, too.
This has been fun.
Yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys. Love you.
Smooches! So when should we tell them about season 2?
Probably soon, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay.